So hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Terry. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well. So I was kind of debating on which channel I'm going to put this on because it has to do with a game, but I figured since this is how to make the performance of said game better, I would go ahead and put it on my main tech channel here. So as you all know, Dragon's Dogma 2 has been released to the world to critical acclaim, but everybody says it's pay to win because of Cash Shop and the performance on PC, especially on like high-end machines like my own here, leaves a lot on the table to be desired, especially in big cities, because apparently the way the game works, it uses your CPU to calculate where all of the NPCs are, and that takes a big performance hit, even if you're rocking the latest, AMD 7000, like the Intel 14 series, you know what I mean? So like, it's kind of hit or miss for performance, but out in the game world though, it seems to be somewhat decent. Like as long as you're getting 60 frames per second in that kind of game, I think you should be okay. But if you want more than that, or at least a steady, 60 or higher, Pure Dark released his DLSS3 enabler for Dragon's Dogma 2 on PC. And Pure Dark, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's probably because he's also the same person that created the DLS mod for Starfield way back when. I've been testing it out on my own installation here of Dragon's Dogma 2 on my PC here with an RTX 4080, and not only does it work, but he also implemented the frame generation part of it as well too, and that also works. Now, full disclosure here, he normally does charge for these type of mods over on his Patreon, but he says right here that this mod only enables the game's hidden DLS3 implementation, so he released this mod for free. And a matter of fact, you folks, if you go to his website here, I'll go ahead and leave everything down below in a pinned comment for you all. It says right here to enable it, you just have to extract this file to the game's root folder and overwrite the original file. You need to turn on DLSS and reflex in the game settings. And then if you want to enable frame gen, all you have to do is hit the end key on your keyboard. And yes, it does work. I'll show you guys in game here in a second, okay? But how do you get to your game's directory where it's installed at? You want to go ahead and open up Steam here, right? You want to open up Steam, you want to right click the game, hit properties, and then here on installed files, you want to go ahead and hit browse, and then it will pull up its default directory for you all right here. And then all I did was just drag and drop his configuration file into this root directory, overwrote it, and it works just fine. Now we're going to hop in game. I can show you the in-game performance here, okay? And keep in mind here too, folks, that unfortunately, because this is a DLSS mod, it's not compatible with AMD cards or cards from Intel at all. Or if you have an RTX 2000 series, 3000 series, you will be able to benefit from the newer DLSS3 that this mod brings to the table. But unfortunately, you won't be able to benefit from the frame gen technology because only RTX 4000 series cards have that enabled on them. Okay, so I'm going to go and just load for my last save here. All right, everybody. So here's my in-game performance in Dragon's Dogma 2. This game is completely maxed out, as you can tell. And right now I'm running at around 52 frames per second in this little beginning outpost of the game here, okay? For this kind of story-driven game, in my opinion, perfectly playable. Even maybe 30 frames per second would be acceptable, but I still prefer that smoothness of at least 60, right? So what you got to do is this here. You want to go ahead and hit start. You want to go down here to system, options, then you want to go to graphics. And then for DLSS, I'm going to go ahead and keep mine on quality. And then for NVIDIA Reflex, I'm going to go ahead and turn this here on. And then for max refresh rate, I'm going to set this to 120 Hertz. But for the frame rate, I'm going to set just to 60 because whenever you enable frame gen, it will basically double the frame rate, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit start to save that. And then as you can see, I'm going to hit the end key. It takes a second to kick in. But now I have 93 frames per second, and it is way smoother. And whenever you're out in the actual game world, it really will stick to around 120 to, let's just say, well above 110, 115 frames per second. It does work. Like Pure Dark does a very, very good job at what they do. It's an incredible mod, and I highly recommend you go check it out. But yeah, everybody, it's that simple to basically double your frame rate with an RTX card in Dragon's Dogma 2 here on PC. But look, if you want to see more content like this here on the channel, do me a huge favor, get this video a like, get subscribed. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I will catch you guys and gals next time.